welcome back for part 2 of Scuffed Spoilers, Innistrad Midnight Hunt with the Curd Apes. It's Victor here, and we've also got Connor.
Hello.
Hello.
Back for part 2.
Yeah, how you feeling?
We have... Good. We have the full spoilers out now.
Yeah.
So,
pretty exciting.
So we can actually... Yeah, we can actually have a proper list.
Yeah. So, I think the plan today, we're gonna do like a thing kind of similar to last time, right? Try and do another top 8? Part 2 top 8? Or...
Yeah, part 2. It's 9 to 16.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Sweet as. Actually, just before we do that, do you want to just talk us through a little bit? I heard you've been drafting. I heard you've
Yes,
got a chance to try out the new set.
The set came out earlier this morning.
Yeah.
And I did 2 drafts.
Ooh.
The first one... Oh, this is on Arena, because I think it's on Magic Online as well.
Oh, really? Has it come out to both platforms already?
I think so, yeah. But I did on Magic Arena because it's free.
Right. Honestly, I thought there was still a week to go before it release or something. Things go so fast these days. Yeah.
Technically, release is next weekend,
right.
but this is pre-release weekend, which we can't do because we're in lockdown.
Yeah, sweet.
Which sucks.
I mean, yeah, on the plus side, we can still do Magic Arena, which is good.
Yeah, the benefits of digital magic, I guess. But no, first draft, I can't even remember what I went. It's been that long.
Well, it was today, wasn't it?
It was today.
You had a long day, I see.
Mate, I started at like 10 a.m. while I was watching a recording for uni.
Fair.
But yeah, I went 6-3. The deck was good. I misplayed in the final round to get the last. I could have got the 7th one, but I failed to do so. What did I do? Was it? It was blue-green. It was blue-green.
Blue-green.
It was just a blue-green ramp kind of control deck.
Oh yeah.
It was a good top end with the Ants cards.
Ants.
Card. The 6 mana make 2 3/3s, gain 2 life, and it's got flashback for 8.
Oh right, I see.
That card is really good. And that was my main finisher.
Right.
Alongside a lot of good green and blue removal, because green has a lot of good removal.
Right, interesting. I actually haven't noticed that, but I believe you. I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of fight and bite cards.
Right. Okay.
And they're all aggressively costed as well.
Ah, sweet. I'm really looking forward to drafting the set. It actually looks really cool.
Yeah. And I was also splashing bread for the Nightling Bolt, or whatever people are calling it.
Nightling Bolt.
Nightling Bolt.
What is that?
It's 3 mana, deal 3.
Yeah.
But if it's night, it costs 1 mana.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's a card. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's literally Lightning Bolt if it's daytime.
Yeah.
If it's nighttime, sorry.
Yeah. That's gonna be hard to say. Nightling Bolt is a great name, but I'm gonna mess it up every time.
But yeah, that was I thought was worth splashing, which was really good. I had 2 Evolving Wilds,
right.
So it was really good. And then my second draft, I went 7-1 with a black-green mid-range kind of death triggers.
Ooh, nice.
Deck with top end with Demon Hound, which is really good.
Which one's Demon Hound again? What does that do?
It's 4 black for a 6/6.
Yep.
And when it ETBs, you mill 3, and if a creature dies or is put into your graveyard from anywhere, or into any graveyard from anywhere, the opponent loses 1 life.
Oh wow, that puts some pressure on you.
Yeah, it's really good in combat.
Yeah.
Because your opponent just gets dealt 2 or 3 each combat. It is really, really good, and there's a lot of mill synergies as well.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of good top end. Same with the green 6-drop that makes 3/3 beasts.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really liking black in this set. It's really good. Cheap removal. There's really good cheap removal in the set in like every color.
I feel like black's been great in draft for the last as long as I can remember. Practically, I don't think I remember a set where black's been bad.
Yeah, just all the cheap removal's really good.
Yeah.
The Infernal Grasp or whatever it's called. 2 mana, destroy a creature, lose 2 life.
Oh yeah. It's so unconditional compared to what we usually see at that mana cost.
Yeah. I had the 3 mana instant. It gives -5/-5.
Oh yeah.
That card's really good. and yeah, just a bunch of good removal, big creatures, and it just wins games.
Yeah. Oh
Wins
man,
games.
nice.
But nah, really exciting. Really excited for the limited format. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah. No, I'm really keen to play it as well, to be honest. Probably pop up a draft after
good.
this.
Yeah. That'll be sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, we tried to get streaming going on Twitch at the same time, but that's probably going to come next week because we had a little bit of audio-visual issues. But if you
why is audio so difficult?
It's just how it's been made.
OBS is meant to be good. Why can't I connect Discord audio to it?
I mean, yeah. I guess part of the issue is that we're trying to stream it in lockdown, and so we've got to figure out how to merge two different streams of video and audio into one stream, and that's a little bit complicated. I guess when things open up again, we could potentially consider doing it in person, but we'll see how that works.
That's true. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Just come over to your place.
Yeah, come hang. You still haven't been to my place.
Yeah. I still, yeah. Well, to be fair, half the time we've been in lockdown.
Yeah,
so I literally can't,
that's a good point actually. Anyways, should we get some lists together? I've sort of started opening some random cards in new tabs and looking at them, but
Yeah. I had one that I've been impressed with so far.
Oh yeah. Are we kicking straight into it, or do we want to try? I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't really need to get a top 8 together necessarily.
We can just kind of talk about things as we go along.
Yeah, actually, that's probably good. No need to arbitrarily restrict the numbers.
Yeah, because there's not much I've seen that I can add on to my list.
Right.
There's a few good ones.
Yeah.
2 specifically.
Oh yeah.
That I like. That weren't in my list. Yeah, one of them wasn't in my list, and it was spoiled already.
Yep.
But this one wasn't spoiled when we did the last list.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what else.
Yeah, I have a few cards open that I'm pretty keen to talk about. So I guess how we want to do it. Pretty keen to just.
Well, how many you got?
I've got quite a few, and I'll probably skip over some of them looking back at them. But actually, I've got probably about 8 or 9 ish.
8 or 9? Okay, I have 2.
Oh, sweet. Well, I'll fill up for you. How about that?
3.
I'll
Yeah. You start it, and I'll carry on finding some cards.
Yeah. If you see anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I guess should I kick us off then?
Yep.
Yeah. So one card that I think is pretty interesting is Florian Voldaron Scion. So it's 1, a black, and a red. It's got first strike. It's a legendary vampire noble, and it's a 3/3. And then the ability on it is at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total life you've lost. Oh, your opponents have lost this turn. Sorry. And you exile one of those cards, and you get to play it until end of turn. So that's a lot of text. But pretty much, you get to look at X cards, where X is how much you hit your opponent for, and play it that turn. Every turn, as long as this is out. When you hit your post-combat main phase, which is actually kind of interesting. I think it's probably not really good enough for Modern, because I think you can probably be doing better things on 3, like practically winning the game in an aggro deck a lot of the times.
You can play a Shardless Agent.
Yep, there we go. That's a thing you can do. Put 10 power on the board for 3.
Exactly.
But I think in some of the other formats, it's going to be pretty sweet. I mean, definitely Commander, but also Standard and Historic. If there's going to be some sort of vampire deck, it's relatively aggressively costed. It is a 3/3 first strike for 3, which is not a bad set of stats. And then it draws you a card every turn with a potentially a decent amount of scry if you're putting on pressure.
Is it combat damage? Is it total
no, just life
lost.
lost. So if they somehow shock a land during your turn in combat, you can also trigger it for more. No, but bolting them or whatever would.
Oh, if they Infernal Grasp your creature.
Oh yeah, there we go.
In combat. Yeah,
Although they
there we
would
go.
probably grasp this and then it wouldn't trigger.
Oh, yes, true. Actually.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the other reason it's kind of sweet is because the first part of my last name is Florio, and everyone always spells it as Florian for some reason, and that's pretty much what this card is called. So, look, it's me.
Well,
and I played Black Red Vampires as like my first constructed deck, which was terrible. But I feel like I somehow relate to this card.
well, I had a friend in high school whose name is Florian.
Right.
Do you remember? Were you there at the time? Because when did you come in? Like year 10 or something?
Yeah, something
right?
like that.
Oh, okay. I think he left in like year 9.
Right. No, I don't think I remember seeing him, but I just know like every time I write down my name for some reason I clearly write a U, and then they enter it into the system with an N. I'm pretty sure at our LGS I'm still in there with an N potentially.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, it's I guess more of a card that's kind of cool that I just kind of like rather than a card that I think is going to be like immensely competitive anywhere. But it's just kind of interesting, and I think as a commander it can be pretty sweet because you can do a lot more damage in commander, like things that deal X damage to everyone.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, I will also be looking at a 3-mana 3/3
Oh, okay.
in Graveyard Trespasser,
Ooh.
which is 2 and a black for a 3/3. It's a human werewolf, and it's got ward, discard a card, and whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Oh, nice.
And it's got Daybound.
Yep.
So when it flips, still has the ward, discard a card.
Yep.
And when Graveyard Glutton enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 2 target cards from a graveyard. And for each creature card exiled this way, each opponent loses 1 life and gains 1 life.
Ooh.
So same condition on both sides,
But
except
twice on the backside.
Twice on the back side. This kind of reminds me.
I know what you're gonna say.
Reality Smasher.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I love Reality
I guess we should
Smasher
probably
so
tell
much.
people you're a bit of an Eldrazi aficionado,
I have played basically every Eldrazi deck under the moon,
and some that
under the
don't
sun.
exist as actual decks.
Oh yeah. No, it's Thought Not Seer is one of my pet cards. Probably one of my favorite cards of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty awesome.
It is unfortunate that they're kind of getting outmuscled in Modern at the moment, I think, but they'll make a return.
I mean, I think
I'm sure.
what was it? Eldrazi is still like a pretty powerful player.
Yeah, but that's boring now. You know, you need to add some spice.
True.
You need some spice.
So
there was a mono red Eldrazi deck that won the challenge last weekend.
Right. Oh, was there
It
actually?
was playing. Yeah, it won the challenge. It was playing Ragavan, unfortunately. But
I mean, Ragavan does accelerate you to Eldrazi, so that's
It
kind of
does.
sweet.
yeah,
I
turn
think
1
I'd forgive a Ragavan if it's in an
Yeah.
Eldrazi deck.
Turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Thought Not Seer off the treasure.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
But yeah, that was a cool one that I saw.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this card. I don't think this will see play. This won't see play in Modern or
Mono black
Pioneer or
Eldrazi
anything.
with this and whatever Smasher, Reality Smasher.
Mono Smasher.
Yeah, Mono Smasher.
I think in a standard environment, and maybe even historic. Yeah, historic as well, actually.
Yeah.
Where in historic, Arclight Phoenix is a big deck.
Oh, true. Yeah, and there's also the what do you call them? The Gerhulk spell reanimator decks. That are
Oh
pretty
yes,
popular.
getting rid of Magma Opus.
that's the one.
And Mizzet Masteries
Yeah.
is a good one in historic. And standard, people will be playing a lot of flashback cards.
Of course,
I would imagine.
yeah.
So I feel like, and since this has the ward of discarding a card, it's always going to be a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
I just think it'll be a really good threat, and it also disrupts them and draining them for life. It's a 6-point life swing on the backside.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Well, not life
Amazing.
swing, but it takes for 6 anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a really good threat in standard at least.
Right. I don't know. I do feel like it's pretty good. That's a decent set of stats, and the fact that it doesn't like 1-for-1, it doesn't trade 1-for-1 with rule, makes me kind of think
yeah.
like there might be some solid brews you could do with it. Like, I definitely don't think it's going to be like winning Modern events anytime soon, but it would be pretty sweet to brew around with it a little bit. I might mess around because I do like the sound of that card actually.
The issue is, in Modern, is what kind of deck are you putting this in?
Kinda. Well, I would be thinking like kind of a mid-range deck, right? Like, because
Yeah,
you want
but
Graveyard Hate in mid-range deck, and you want threats that are not easily 2 for 1 or like 1 for 1able.
the issue is with that you're just skipping a turn.
And you're skipping
flip
Lurrus.
Yeah, and no Lurrus in your black deck.
Yeah.
That's got to be a sin.
Yeah, I suppose
But,
that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, fair enough.
yeah. It won't. I don't think you can Dark Ritual out in Legacy.
Oh,
But
Black
no.
Lotus in Vintage.
No, not good enough. Not good enough. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it can do in Standard.
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
yeah. Ah, sweet
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. What else? What else have you got?
All right. A couple of other cards. Well, I guess while we're on the topic of things that swing, just threats. There's this Reckless Stormseeker card. It's in red. It's 2 and a red for a human werewolf at 2/3. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, a creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. And that's the daybound side. On the backside, it's a 3/4, and it has that same ability at the beginning of combat on your turn, but it gives +2/+0 and trample and haste instead of just +1/+0 and haste. So, yeah, I find this card kind of intriguing because it's just a pretty aggressively statted card. It's when it is played on its own, it can just pump itself and be a 3/3 with haste for 3, which is fine. And then throughout the game, it pretty much will give all your other creatures haste in the future, if that's what you want to use it for. And the flip side, giving trample and +2 that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a big threat. I
Yeah,
like that,
and
that's for sure.
I guess it can come down on the Nightbound side as well. So if you put it down on the Nightbound side, it is a 3-mana. What's that? Like a 5/4 with trample and haste.
Yeah,
That's beefy.
that's some good stuff. Woolly Thopter.
Yeah. There we go. Well,
Little-
with
little-
haste, with haste.
With haste. With haste.
This is a pretty scary werewolf.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know what exactly it's gonna do, but I'd be surprised to not see some sort of red aggro deck at least trying this out.
Oh yeah, I think there will be some red-green aggressive deck in Standard.
Yeah. Oh, you can
I was-
Coco into this as well in Historic.
Yeah, you could do. You could do.
But yeah,
That is pretty sweet.
yeah. And I guess technically Modern as well. You can you can put in your Tarmogoyf and swing with it immediately on the next turn. But no. Anyway. Yeah, you had another card, right? Was it at least one?
Oh, I've got 6
Oh, you
now.
got 6. Oh, you got plenty. All right, I'll take us
I've
away
been,
then.
I've been doing some work.
Yeah,
over here.
nice.
One thing, I don't know if it was spoiled
Yep.
or not, but if it was, I definitely missed it.
Right.
But now, I think it'll be great,
Okay.
and that is Smouldering Egg.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually would have been very shocked if you didn't cover this card because I saw this and my
yeah.
first thought was Connor's gonna like this one.
Or yeah, what it's being called is Thing in the Egg. Yeah. So for the people that don't know, it is 1 and a red for an 0/4 defender, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of Ember counters on Smouldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smouldering Egg has 7 or more Ember counters on it, remove them and transform Smouldering Egg. And it transforms into Ashmouth Dragon, which is a 4/4 flying, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to any target.
Oof.
So, this is nowhere near the power level of Thing in the Ice.
Doesn't come with a blood wipe.
No, unfortunately it does not. Although, it does hit players, which is pretty good.
Yeah, and dealing 2 extra per damage is, or per spellcast. That's a lot.
Yeah, and unfortunately Gutter Snipe was not a playable card that much in its time in Standard, in both its times in Standard,
Yeah.
I think. But this, being an 0/4, how quickly could you transform it? The issue is you need 7 mana worth of spells.
Yep.
So if you play this on turn 2, Turn 3, use all your mana. Turn 4, use all your mana.
Well, turn 3, you go Metamorphose. Is step 1.
No. No. This is so much worse than Thing in the Ice in Modern. And Thing in the Ice doesn't even
just for a second, entertain me.
Okay,
give me the chance of thinking about this. So, if you're playing Storm, right? And they're bringing in like Storm Hate. Could you play this as like an alternative to say like Araya Flame kind of thing?
No, Aria Flame is so much better.
But it gains them life. No, I think you're right.
This only deals 2.
Yeah.
Whereas Aria Flame can deal a lot
so much more. Yeah.
Per spell. Yeah.
And being an enchantment is much harder to remove as well, usually.
Exactly.
So that's a good point.
Yeah. And this still just dies to Unholy Heat, Fatal Push, Prismatic Ending.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Okay, you've convinced me. Continue.
But yeah, I think this could be a very fun build-around card in Standard and Historic.
Yep.
So turn 4, realistically, you're flipping this.
Yep.
Which could be really good. It's still at a 4 mana. Well, turn 4 it's a 4/4 flyer. That's not bad.
Yep.
That's not bad. I don't know how good Standard will be, or how fast Standard will be. Now that Throne of Eldraine's gone.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how the format adapts to that anyway, because basically every Eldrazi, every Eldraine card is being played, so it's like it's a whole new format.
Yeah. Big change.
I think this could be good. This could also be. It could just be really good against the aggressive decks. It's a wall.
Yeah.
And then when it flips, it just shoots down all their things.
Yeah, that's for sure. And a 4/4 it's pretty good. 4/4 dragons. We've seen some of those be playable recently.
Yeah. Just all of your opts and like considers and stuff are a shock at the same time.
Yeah, and to any target is nice. You can just sort of ping down your opponent's board. It kind of does come with a wrath in a way.
Kinda. You need to play spells.
You have to work harder for it. But oh man, it's a shame that it specifically says equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell, because I had to reread it. And I was wondering if there was a way you could do things like play Goblin Dark Dwellers, for example, and like flashback something, or like some way to play free spells or play spells for free and use the discounted effect.
Well, does it work with Mythic Mastery?
Nah, because I don't think you spend mana to cast that spell, right?
Oh no, you don't.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, all those sort of effects, or like
Yeah.
But I guess one interesting thing, if you really wanted to turbo this out, is you could potentially go like if you're playing red green, you go like turn 1 Mana Dork, turn 2 this, and then turn 3 you go the red ritual, Iron Crag Feet, is that what it's called?
Yeah. And then play the
just something big.
What's it? Yeah. Well, you could just play a fireball, right?
Yeah,
fireball.
True. Yeah, because this just counts the amount of mana spent, and so an X spell. Yeah. And there's that good sort of fireball shock looking card. Or like the one that's a removal spell that we covered last time. That could be potentially interesting.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, this isn't sounding like a super competitive plan, but it could be a very fun deck to mess around with.
Oh yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah, that's for sure.
And I do have a red like rituals deck on Arena just to power out some jank.
Ooh.
Get the old turn 2 Goblin Rebel Master.
With Burgee.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, because that lets you kind of combo off in a way.
It adds mana when you cast a spell.
Okay, there's some things to play with here. I don't know if how feasible a lot of these are going to be, but it's going to be pretty fun to try. Yeah.
You could play like a mono red deck with Steamkin.
Oh yes, the new Memekin deck.
Yeah. Runaway Steamkin with Burgee and this. That could be a deck.
Yeah, it could be a deck.
Yeah. No, I want to see this be good.
Yeah. Really I think this is my prediction is this is going to be your Bolas' Citadel.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah.
What else you got?
Okay, what else do I have? Yes, there's a couple of cards still. I guess I just want to mention this is maybe not a card that I'm like hugely hyped about, but just that I think is kind of neat and I should probably mention, which is Fateful Absence. That
was my next one.
That was your next one? Oh, I'm stealing it.
That was my next one.
Well, I guess we just both talk about it.
Yeah.
Fateful Absence is 1 and a white instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates. Clean, simple. Bang bang, bosh.
This will be really good in standard.
Yes, yes it will. And probably historic. I feel like you'll play this in historic sometimes, at least. Like, it does hit creature or planeswalker, which is pretty versatile. And white doesn't really have good removal in historic.
Oh, just like in the blue-white control mirrors, they play a Teferi, then you play your Teferi and you plus untap 2 lands, Fateful, absence
no. Oh, I just felt existential pain at the thought of that.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
But yeah.
I think this the obvious comparison is Declaration in Stone,
yes,
which saw a lot of play in what was it, Oath of Gatewatch standard. Yep. In basically every white deck, right? It was just that good at the time.
Yeah, I remember seeing it a lot, and I've seen it a decent amount even since then. At some points, it's been played in like budget modern lists, even as sort of like extra copies of white removal in the past. But now that we've got a lot of really good removal in the modern format, I think it's probably not so much going to fill in that role. But yeah, it's definitely like I've seen a lot of Declaration Stones in the past.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I think this is going to be better than Declaration Stone.
Yeah,
mainly because it's instant speed.
The instant speed is big, eh? Like there's a lot of times where you just need it. Need to be able to
yeah.
hold it.
Also, Declaration Stone only hit creatures, right?
Yes. It did have the option to potentially get the multi for one, kinda.
Yeah, that is true. And it only gave them a clue if it was a non-token, right?
Oh, was that how it worked? I actually can't remember.
Yeah. So you can pop all their like human tokens or whatever,
right,
or soldier tokens, and
which is interesting.
They won't get any clues. Yeah.
I feel like
so this will give them a clue no matter what.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I think this is still better than that, and since their card was pretty good, I think we can expect this to do pretty decently, eh?
This will definitely be the premium white removal spell of standard.
Yeah. Is Skyclave Apparition still in standard? It is, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will that be... I feel like that will still be the premium white removal spell.
Nah, I don't think so, because this goes into more decks.
I guess a lot of the control decks that are playing like Wraths don't really want to be playing Skyclaves.
Yeah, control decks don't want Skyclave, but white weenie decks will probably play this in the sideboard.
Right.
Control decks will play this as a 4-of in the main deck, probably.
Yeah, and either way, decks will probably be playing... Like, a lot of decks will probably be playing this and Skyclave.
Yeah. I don't think white weenie decks, like aggressive white decks, will play this in the main deck. Maybe they'll play like 1 or something.
Right.
But I think it'll be a sideboard card for those decks.
Oh, yeah.
But in the mid-range and control decks, it'll definitely be a main deckable card.
Yeah. I look forward to that. And also, I am happy to see more sort of budget options for Modern. I know technically, what's the new X white removal spell? I should know how to play it.
Prismatic
Ending is like not that expensive, but I feel like it is kind of a card that I could see getting semi-expensive just as a card that's probably not being reprinted just yet.
Well, this is the same price as Prismatic Ending at the moment.
True, but I'm expecting this to be cheaper. No? Oh, maybe not.
It depends how much...
It is going to see a lot of play in standard. You're right, maybe not. But I guess at least someday when it rotates out, it will see play in budget modern decks.
Yeah, in like 2 years or something when it rotates out.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a bit long to wait. There might be better options by then even, but still.
Yeah, maybe.
Sweet card.
No, I like that one.
Yeah.
I do like that one. I like it when they give white card,
white cards?
Good cards.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, but every now and then.
Every now and then they do it, and it makes me happy.
Same. I guess while we're on the topic of removal, I'm kind of keen to talk about the Meathook Massacre.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so Meathook Massacre, it's X and black, legendary enchantment, and when it enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, and when a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. So, it looks a lot like, what was that card? Black Sun Zenith? In a sense?
I was thinking Massacre Worm.
Oh yeah, I mean kinda, it has a Massacre in the name, and it gives minus... Yeah, it's got a bit of a bit of both in there.
Well, it's got the Massacre Worm effect.
Yeah,
right?
well, kinda. So Massacre Worm, I think, deals 2 when they lose a creature, but yeah,
Yeah.
same sort of thing. But yeah, I think it's interesting because there's just a lot going on a card that's essentially a Wrath. It is 2 mana and X, so getting significant amounts of X is going to cost you a decent amount of mana, I suppose. But even if you're playing this on, like, against some of the more aggressive decks on 4, giving a lot of the board -2, and then gaining some life for each creature your opponent controls, gives you a bit of that, like, Fumigate sort of feeling, which was a pretty powerful card in Standard at the time. And if you happen to have a board full of creatures, you can also kind of, like, what's it called? Aristocrats your opponent out with it, which is it's interesting. It's got a lot of going on.
Yeah. I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's good?
No, I don't. I think it's comparable to Shadow's Verdict.
Shadow's Verdict. They're gonna have another look. That's all play at some point, didn't it?
Oh, it sees a lot of play.
Right.
Still, it's 3 black exile all creatures.
Oh yes,
with
yes.
mana value 3 or less.
Yep.
From the battlefield and the graveyard.
Oh yeah, right. It has the graveyard hate attachment.
I don't think this is better than that.
Generically, I agree. I think graveyard hate is pretty significant, especially going into a Standard that's going to have so much graveyard interaction, or so much graveyard stuff going on. I should say.
I think if you can really make use of the last 2 lines of text, then this may be better.
Yeah, like if there's an Aristocrats deck in Historic, I could see this being a good sideboard card.
Yeah, it could be. It's interesting. How many legendary enchantments have we seen?
Not too many.
Not too many. I guess Urza's Saga is one, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen that one a lot.
No, Urza's Saga isn't legendary.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. It should be.
Yeah.
Not that it would matter too much, but yeah. You can loop this with Lurrus.
No. What? And kill your Lurrus? Just do X is 1.
Yeah, X is 1.
X is 1 with a card that sacrifices enchantments.
Or 2 of these. It's a legendary.
Oh yeah, true. Yes, every turn you can pay 3 mana
and wipe
to get
the elves.
everything -1/-1.
Yeah, if you really hate elves and you're playing a Lurrus deck, I suppose there's something you can do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it will dominate limited.
Oh yeah, this.
If you open this in your first pack,
take
in
it.
a draft,
Take it every time.
Take
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't think it will see a crazy amount of play in most decks, but I do think there's some sweet brewing potential just because of those 2 last lines of text. I do think an effect that drains your opponent for each creature that dies, or that gains you life, kind of like that. There's something there, maybe something interesting.
Yeah.
And I would really like to play an Aristocrats deck again in Historic at some point, because I remember the Aristocrats deck you built in Modern a while back. That was super cool. Abzan?
Yeah. The Abzan Aristocrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good deck. Yeah.
I think that's one of the decks that you played that I thought was the most interesting, because that was like so left field in the meta at the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I won a decent amount.
Yeah, you actually did pretty well with it. I remember that.
I was playing it. Yeah. It wasn't even fully built. I had 1 Voice of Resurgence in my deck. When I was playing them up in Whangarei, I had to borrow 3 Voice of Resurgences from some guy. Yeah.
I was complete with borrowed cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're borrowing all these cards from each other anyway, so same thing today.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
what's your next one?
Okay, so from board wipe to board
Oh,
wipe.
here we go.
I like Burn Down the House.
See, I had this one on my list as well. Wow, what do you know? We like removal.
Yeah. Oh yes, most of my list is removal.
Oh, sweet. Oh, there we go. We're on the same line.
We'll be getting to some non-removal.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. But this is 3 in red.
Yeah.
As sorcery, choose 1. It deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, or create 3 1/1 red devil creature tokens when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target, and they gain haste into end of turn.
Oh, they gain haste as well. I forgot about that.
They gain haste.
That's so sweet.
Now,
this card is so sweet.
I love modal cards like this because really good against creature decks, and it's good against control decks too.
Yeah.
I died to this earlier today.
Oh, right, in draft, somebody played against you. Yeah,
in draft.
That's. I think this is gonna be better than the Meathook Massacre in draft. If somehow you get a pack with both, take this one.
I don't think. I think Meathook Massacre might actually be better.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess they both deal damage in a way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's interesting though. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Probably not gonna come up that often.
Yeah. My opponent had a 6 toughness creature, and they played this, and it killed every creature except that one, and they attacked and killed
That is absolutely brutal, yeah.
Yeah.
And each Planeswalker as well. Wow.
Each Planeswalker too. Red really hates Planeswalkers recently.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is going to be really good in Standard Historic, mostly. I think... Yeah, because even control decks could just play, like, against other control decks, could just play this and make 3/1/1s.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting.
Which could be really annoying.
The fact that they have haste as well, that's not a bad clock. Straight up 3 damage, like, bolt you every turn, and then if they wipe the board, it's another bolt off that.
Yeah. I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it does. Because what have we had in the past? We've had a lot of cards like this in the past.
Have we? I don't feel like we've seen too many wraps that have onboard effects.
Well, not with onboard effects. Yeah. I was getting to
Sorry, I cut you off there.
We've had like Storm's Wrath. We had that one from Hour of Devastation.
Finale? No, it was Hour of something.
Hour of something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Hour of Devastation, was
Probably. Sounds about right, but I'm not sure.
Something like that. Which all just folded to control decks. They were just all bad against control decks, and even some mid-range decks, they were just bad. This one, on the other hand, is good against basically any deck. I guess it's not very good against combo decks, but there's not really any combo decks in Standard.
Yeah. I guess it's also not like insane against control, because they can still, it's a sorcery and it's 5 mana, so they still get a decent amount of tempo from countering it, but it does do more than just your usual 5 mana Wrath.
It's a removal spell that your control opponent probably has to counter.
Yeah, which is pretty good. That is decent.
Yeah. Because otherwise, your removal's just dead against control decks, whereas this isn't. It does get countered, but it's not a dead removal spell.
Yeah, for sure. And you might be able to sweep some Teferis off the board with it.
That is true. What does Teferi tick up to? 5,
I think so, yeah.
It's 5? Yeah, this kills Teferi, so I'm gonna eat TPs. Yeah.
I like it a lot. And I guess I have to ask the eternal question. Is there any chance some deck, even like a tier 2 kind of deck, like plays this in Modern somehow? Like, could you play... No? You really can't?
No. What deck are you putting this in Modern?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like a deck that ramps Red Tron.
Red Tron.
Tron's been red green at times.
Blast would be better? Blast would be better, right?
Yeah, probably. Well, would it? Blast doesn't really... Yeah, it kind of does. It works-ish with Tron if they're going wide enough. Unless he's no play anyway, so...
Yeah. Anger of the Gods, I think, is just better anyway.
Yeah.
That has been the premium red sweeper for a while.
Yeah. The Exile's relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, in Modern, definitely.
Yeah. Sweet as. Nice card.
Yeah. Alright, what you got?
Yeah, next up... I feel like I have to at least mention Rite of Oblivion.
What is that?
Oh boy, another removal spell.
Oh my god.
We'll get to some non-removal eventually. But, I mean, come on, I'm a black-white player, and this is white and a black for sacrifice a non-land permanent as an additional cost to cast the spell. And exile target non-land permanent. And then it has flashback for 4 mana.
Yeah? So what are you doing with this?
So first of all, it's you are 2 for 1ing yourself initially, but the fact that you get to flashback for another 1 for 1 later, it gives you a little bit of interesting versatility there. I'm actually not entirely sure what you're doing with this, but I guess as a tokens player, it does occur to me that you can get rid of a lot of problematic stuff just by getting rid of a couple of less valuable tokens that you can make.
A lot of dorks.
Yeah, I'm not, again, in Modern, with the recent addition of Vindicate, I think I'd rather still have Vindicate because you can block lands with it, which is pretty sweet. And then we've gotten a lot of other interesting cards, like, what's the verse? Something verse? The black
Vanishing
verse is interesting. That's also in Standard, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, it must be, surely.
Pretty sure. Wasn't it in, like, Zendikar or something? I gotta look this up now. Hold on. Vanishing verse.
I'm looking it up. It's in Strixhaven.
There we go. But, yeah, I wonder if there's a place that this card can have, because you can just get rid of a lot. If there's a deck where you need to remove multiple things, this does give you the ability to do that, and the cost is not nothing. But yeah, if you have any sort of sacrifice fodder lying around in the form of either tokens like clues, treasures, any of that stuff, which there's a lot of production of in Standard now, or your zombie tokens from the Decade cards, and any other sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's good, actually.
Got some optionality there.
But back to Modern.
Back to Modern.
Is this better than Prismatic Ending?
No.
Yep.
Anyway. Moving on. No, did you want to say anything about that, though? Do you reckon there's any decks which might consider this over Prismatic Ending?
No, not Modern.
Yeah.
It's not a Modern card.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I think it could be interesting if you had like a Black-White X Aristocrat kind of deck.
If the sacrifice was relevant, you needed more things to
if the sacrifice is relevant. If you got like Blood Artists or just like the Goat token from Woe Strider or stuff like that. But no, I don't think it'll be that much of a player. Yeah.
I guess it is worth noting this hits. What's the big new thing? Caldra Complete. You can exile that.
True.
But yeah.
Yeah. But Ending kills the token though, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah. Fair point.
Ending just does it all.
Yeah.
It's aptly named.
Speaking of ending, are we at the end of your list of removal, or do we still have removal spells to go on your side?
No more removal.
Ooh, okay. Getting on to the juicy stuff. Yeah.
Interesting one.
Yes.
It's a reprint.
Yes.
Which we didn't talk about in last week's episode.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not sure why we didn't. And that is Delver's Secrets.
Oh yeah, that's a card.
It's been upshifted to an uncommon with new art. I like the old art better though. I think the old art's still better.
Right. I gotta take a look at it as well. Keep talking, but I'm just gonna glimpse at it at the moment.
So many people are gonna build bad decks with Delver.
Oh yeah, that I'm sure of.
And they're gonna keep playing it because they believe Delver is just that good.
Yeah, it does have a reputation.
Yeah, but I think it could be good in Pioneer.
Yep.
Arclight Phoenix is already a good deck in Pioneer, and this is a cheap threat that I think might take the place of stuff like Crackling Drake.
Right.
I don't know if they still play Crackling Drake. This is based off like knowledge from
Yonks.
A year ago. But I think this could be good in Pioneer.
Yeah.
It could be good in Historic. I don't know. It has potential. In like, because Arclight Phoenix is a deck there.
Yeah, and Historic does have a lot of spells just sort of injected in the format, thanks to the Strixhaven, was it Invocations or whatever? The spells.
This is actually really good with Darcy. Dragon's Rage Channeler.
True. You get to look at the top card, leave it on top if it's gonna flip your Delver, or burn it if you want to.
Yeah, in your upkeep, you can play a spell, Surveil, if it's instant sorcery, you can keep it on top.
Yeah, that's worth thinking about for sure.
Yeah, I think this could be a good pairing with Channeler in Historic.
True, because this has historically gone with blue-red style shells, Delver, right?
Yeah. You could probably do something like blue-black, or I don't know. Those are probably the only two options, really.
Yeah.
Blue-red and blue-black.
No mono-blue?
Could be. I could have like one of those awful mono-blue flyer decks.
Oh no.
that was horrible to play against.
Yeah. If this flips, does it keep enchantments on it? It does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
It doesn't leave play. It doesn't leave play. So.
I don't think that's gonna be super good though, because a lot of the deck is creatures and enchantments as well as the instants.
Yeah, and there's no good curiosity in the set, right? Like a blue.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Draw card when they hit.
There's the one that adventures from the last set.
It's so bad though.
Really bad.
So much worse. But I do like that they've reprinted Dimirs Secrets. I think so many people are going to build decks, and it's going to be a really fun card to play with anyway.
Yeah. Is there any chance? Because I was listening to the set reviews today, and I heard talking that this was a bad card in draft, which.
Oh yeah.
I'm tempted to agree, but like, is there any chance it can be made to work? Like, is there any chance you get the perfect deck? You get all the build around good grade.
So you got 40 cards.
Yeah, 40 cards. How many do you need to be good in draft for you to actually play this?
So if you're playing Delver, you're probably playing like 16 land.
Yeah.
You probably need at least 16 instants or sorceries.
Oh, that is hard to make work in draft, eh?
Which means you'd need with the rest is filled up with creatures, would probably 8 creatures or 9 creatures. I think the density of instant sorceries is way too high for limited.
Yeah. Damn, that's a shame. Because I would enjoy playing this in limited. I'm probably still gonna try it at some point. If I open one, I might still force it, see if I can make it work. But the answer will most likely be no.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it as well. I won't be able to help myself.
This is gonna be our we lost the most games of this card set for the set.
Oh yes, the percentage of games that we lost will be because of this card.
Yeah.
All right, are you done with your removal? Or you still got more?
Nah, I'm not done with the removal. It's the only card type I play.
True.
Well, okay. This is technically also player removal in some situations. So I want to talk about Moonrager's Slash, which you brought up just before the podcast, actually, or as we were starting in the intro. I think that there was a bit of foreshadowing in there, unintentionally from you.
Did I?
Yeah. So.
Oh yes.
It's that card. It's a red card, 2 and a red. Instant. This spell costs 2 less if it's night, and it deals 3 damage to any target.
Clean.
You were saying Lightning Bolt.
Yep, Nightling Bolt.
Is it Nightling or Nightning?
No, Nightning. It'll be Nightning.
Yeah, it could be either. You could flip the the word.
No.
But yeah, I mean, always keen for more bolts. I do love a good bolt, and in some situations this is a bolt, so I'm gonna try it.
How consistently are you making it night though?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I haven't played with a lot of these cards yet. It seems like making it night is the tricky part. I think there's a lot of things that make it day, because all the day bound stuff turns it into day, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
But turning things to night seems like it's gonna be pretty hard to do unless you're specifically passing the turn without casting anything. I think the fact that it's an instant is pretty interesting. So if you pass the turn without casting anything, your stuff flips, and this is an instant, so you can then bolt them. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
But then you pass your turn without doing anything, so the 1 mana aspect of it is maybe not that relevant.
Yeah, at that point it just costs 3 mana anyway, or how many lands you got in play.
Unless you're playing a flash deck or a deck with a lot of other stuff to do.
Yeah, you could play this in a flash deck.
Yeah.
That could be interesting, but are there any flash... There's no, flash threats that make it daytime, right? Because it needs to...
Because, you need to have something else make it day first, then you need to turn it to night. That's quite a bit of work to go through to turn this into a good card.
Yeah. It could be interesting, but it's just... that all hinges on how easy it is to, first of all, make it day and then turn it to night.
My prediction is it's not going to be good. But I like it anyway, because it's a bolt, and I like bolt.
Yep. It's a great limited card.
Yeah.
First book will
play it every time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet as. Now, I think I'm done with removal.
Now
I got it out of my system eventually.
Okay, I got one more.
Yeah.
Got one more card, and this is one finally, I think we'll see Modern play.
Ooh, okay. We've been sort of trying to see if we could fit things into tier 2, tier 3 decks, but now we're talking.
No, I think this could be more than that.
Yeah, alright.
That is Memory Deluge.
Memory Deluge. I actually don't know what this card does. Take us through it.
Okay. So, it's 2 in blue for an instant. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. Put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and it's got flashback for 5 and a blue. So, 4 mana to cast, 7 mana to flashback.
Wow.
So, this is Fact or Fiction plus Dig Through Time.
Kinda.
Basically.
Dig Through Time costs 2 mana, but I see what you're getting at.
Okay, yeah. But first you look at 4, take 2. When it flashbacks, you look at 7, take 2.
Yeah.
And I think this will be really good. And I was watching a stream, I think a few days ago or something. They said this could be really good with Wilderness
I was about to say that. I was literally the cogs were working in my mind. I was like, okay, where do you play this? What's the best way to abuse this? And I was thinking, Wilderness Declaration. That's not how that works. Wilderness.
No, not quite.
Yeah, reclamation decks were actually a thing in Modern for a short time, and they were pretty powerful. I don't know why they ended up fading out. I think just that there were better things to be doing, but.
And this is perfectly costed for
exactly,
it, right?
yeah. And you can tutor it out with actually that version probably the new version probably would play things more efficient than what's the 3 mana card that tutors out instants into your graveyard?
What?
It's I'll try find out. I'll put it up on the podcast. But there's that card with flashback from ages ago. It's blue. It costs like 3 mana on the front side, and then black, it's like 7 mana, and you get to tutor your library for an instant or card with flash and put in the graveyard or into your hand. Mystical Teachings, that's the one, yeah.
Mystical Teachings.
But probably too slow for Modern now, actually, now that I think of it.
Yeah. This, I think, will be better than stuff like Fact or Fiction.
True, because some things have been playing that still.
Yeah. Recently, the blue control decks have been playing Fact or Fiction, which is really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
The main difference, important difference there is this puts cards on the bottom of your library, whereas FoF puts them into the graveyard.
True, which is relevant for Snappy Boy and other things.
Yeah, but Snapcaster Mage isn't really seen that much play recently.
Right.
It's just been out. I don't even know. It just hasn't been good recently.
What age are we in when we're back on Innistrad and Snapcaster's finally been outmoded?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm really excited for this card. I'll be playing a lot of this card anyway.
Yeah, well, I'll be playing against this card a lot then.
Maybe.
That's pretty sweet. It's actually interesting. I think, being able to get more choice about... I mean, Fact or Fiction is a fantastic card already, but this is just very consistent. And being able to have the flashback at instant speed as well means there's going to be a bit of a force to be reckoned with. Like, Teferi does a mini Wilderness Reclamation impression, 5 mana.
True.
Untap some lands, cast this.
Yeah. But I think this will also be really good in Historic and Standard.
Yeah, I mean, you can cast it off Gerhulk and draw 0 cards.
You can draw 0 cards, yes. Yep. Combo!
But yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be pretty cool. Reclamation's banned in Historic, right? It is. It's got to be.
It's got to be, right?
I'm pretty sure it is. I think it is, because I would have been playing it otherwise, I think.
Yeah. Ban list. What is on the ban list?
I actually don't know.
Ban list. Here we go. Ban list. Yes. Yes, it is.
Sweet. Quick hot take. What card comes off the Historic ban list next?
All these cards are egregious.
That's a lukewarm take.
I don't want to see any of these cards off the ban list.
Right. I can't even see that Historic.
Order.
What?
Natural Order.
What is Natural? Is that the 4 mana thing you sack a creature and you draw some cards? Gain some life.
Sack a green creature, search your library for a green creature and put it onto the battlefield.
Oh. I was thinking of something full. Yeah, what?
The issue is Craterhoof is in Historic, so I don't think you can have those two in the same format.
Really? You can get Craterhoof out pretty easily in Historic. There's so many ways to do it. And like one of the best decks in the format at the moment is the creativity deck.
What? Yeah, but Creative's bad in that deck.
Yeah, but like, exactly. But you could get it out. Oh yeah, I guess that's the point. It doesn't really work with creativity, because usually you want to have, well, you can have tokens and stuff like that. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but natural order just fits so perfectly with like elves into Creative.
True.
You could just you could just put like 2 Creative Hoops or like 1 Creative Hoop in your deck and just a natural order for.
You know, I'm convinced. I agree.
I don't want to die to that, man.
Fair enough. And elves is already getting a lot of pieces, so.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
I've been playing a lot against it, and it's been quite powerful. Like, if you got the removal, you're fine, but occasionally you don't have it, and they just run you over real quick.
It's because they added a bunch of jumpstart, right?
Yes, and also there's the new Freyalise, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that was from Jumpstart.
That was from Jumpstart. Yeah, true.
Yeah. There was that, and there was also the Elvish Visionary, the new Elvish Visionary that seeks an elf.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that elves is a really good deck.
Yeah.
Which I don't like playing against.
I find it interesting.
Actually, last time I played against elves,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was playing Phoenix, and Thing in the Ice kind of wrecked them.
Oh, nice.
So it was quite satisfying.
So we're gonna get an instant replay of that with Smouldering Egg.
No, maybe.
I mean, if you're playing it, it's gonna happen.
That might happen. I would like to see that happen. 2 damage probably isn't even good enough. They got tons of lords.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd have to use 2 spells on 1 lord basically.
Yeah, just cast a bunch of draw spells, you'll be fine.
Yeah, true. You get 2 Smouldering Eggs out. Oh.
Because yeah, they're not. Yeah, you couldn't really do that with Thing in the Ice because it would. No, it was not horror, so you could get multiple.
Yeah. You can have multiple.
Never mind. I was like, is this the thing that pushes it past Thing in the Ice? No, it's not.
I did that against an Etron opponent once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was one of the most satisfying things. I killed him on turn 4 with 2 Thing in the Ices through a Chalice of the Void.
Wow, that's impressive.
I played 4 spells into Chalice and killed him.
Right. That's amazing. I would have loved to watch that game. That would have been quite the whopping you gave.
So satisfying.
Yeah. I guess as a final card to from my side of things, I guess Tovolar's pack leader. We were talking about this just slightly earlier, but I just wanted to mention that it's pretty sweet as well.
Tavlova.
It's
Tov.
Yeah.
How do you spell Tovolar?
Tovolar, I think is the way it's spelled. Yeah, Tovolar's Huntmaster is the card. So it's 4 and green, human werewolf, 6/6, and when it ETBs, you create 2 green wolf creature tokens. It's got Daybound, and the backside is a 7/7. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you create 2 green wolf tokens again. And this time you can, for 4 mana, have another wolf or werewolf you control fight target creature you don't control.
Now, when you said Tovolar,
yes,
I thought you meant literal Tovolar, the card.
I probably should have specified. Wait, did I say Huntmaster? I'm not sure. I said Pack Leader.
You
I
did
think.
say you did say Huntmaster.
Right.
Yeah.
I was looking at the
but
transform
when
site.
you originally just said Tovolar,
yes.
I thought you meant the legendary red-green one.
Oh, right. Is that any good? What does that do?
It's really good.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it's better than the one you mentioned. But you
okay, well, we should probably talk about that one after. We'll do a bonus Tovolar discussion. But
let's talk about this one first.
Yeah. I guess once again, like if you're in green and modern, you probably play just the green Titan. It's better than Grave Titan by far. But
I like how you start with, "Is this good in modern? No, it's not. Move on."
Yeah, well, you gotta talk about it. I mean, I do love to try things, but I'm not gonna be trying this one in modern.
Yeah.
But in historic standard, this is pretty good, pretty decent threat, right?
Is it?
I mean, that's a lot of power. You get 10 power on the field. You can ramp it out, do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I guess.
You reckon it's maybe not good enough?
I don't know how good it'll be in standard.
I guess the fact that it doesn't make 2/2s on attack is a bit of a shame.
On the front side, yeah.
Oh right, because on the backside it does, yeah.
On the backside it does,
True,
but you have to
mention
get it to the backside first
Yeah.
to do that.
But if there's like a ramp werewolf deck, could be pretty sweet. But yeah, actually,
Could
now that
be.
you mention it, probably right. I mean, in the historic, there's some better options.
Crater Hoof.
That is one. How much is Crater Hoof? Like 8 mana?
8.
8.
Yeah.
8 is more than 6,
That is a bit of a difference.
but it does win the game, so
If you're ramping, then
yeah.
yeah.
Ugin.
Eugene. Is that in historic?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it is. It was in like M21 or
yeah,
whatever.
and all the Tibble's Trickery deck kept on
Oh
cascading into it.
yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right.
Ugh,
But
that deck.
card's cool. It's big, it's
It's a
green,
cool
it
card.
makes things. It hits hard.
Again, it dominates limited,
That's
and I saw that today.
Yeah, you were on the not on the receiving end, you were on the giving end.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
I gave them the Tovola, that's for sure.
They better have enjoyed their Pavlova.
Yeah.
For the record,
That's
it's a
a
New
bit-
Zealand invention, probably.
No, it's Australian apparently. We just stole it. I was so sad when I heard that Pavlova wasn't a New Zealand thing.
See, I suspected. I said that suspecting that it wasn't a New Zealand thing. But
I thought it was for most of my life.
Oh, really?
And then like a few years ago, I heard it was Australian because I heard some other Australian dude talking about it, and I was so sad.
I think it's good that this stays a mystery. I'm not gonna look this up because it's good to keep the rivalry alive. And regardless, we still have the gumboots, so
we have the gumboot.
honestly, I don't think
Yes.
gumboots were a New Zealand invention. I feel like we've probably had gumboots since like the start of history, right, or the equivalent. They're just big shoes.
Yeah, probably.
Keeps the rain out.
Yeah.
So what does Tovlar do?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was looking up Pavlova.
Hard not to
okay,
do.
Back,
Oh, I could so go for a bite of Pavlova right now. I haven't had one in ages, and I
so
can't be
good,
bothered
so
making
good.
it.
For anyone outside of New Zealand and Australia, try find some Pavlova. It is delicious.
Is it a thing that's famous internationally, or is it just a thing here? Like,
No,
it's not.
No, it is. I'm pretty sure it's just here.
Right. Well, in case anyone doesn't know what pavlova is, it's a big cake that is pretty much just like a meringue and cream. Is essentially how you describe it, right? Meringue cream cake.
There's a crisp cut and soft, light inside, usually topped with fruit and whipped cream.
Yeah, that's a better description.
It is named after a Russian ballerina, Anna Pavlova.
Right.
Not sure why it's Russian, but
It's because when shops started selling this, customers would rush in. Ba-doom.
God.
Anyway, moving on. What does
I can't
the
confirm,
man with the cake
can't
name
confirm
do?
it is from Australia.
Yeah, it is. Aw, rip.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, yeah, Tovola, Dire Overlord.
Yeah.
There's 1 and red-green for a 3/3 legendary creature human werewolf. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night, then transform any number of human werewolves you control. And it's got Daybound, and it flips into Tovola the Midnight Scourge. And it has got the same first ability, whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And it's also got X and red-green. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +X+O and gains trample until end of turn. So it's got that land, what's the red-green land? Wolf Run.
Oh,
Kissick Wolf Run ability.
Yeah. On the back
on
and Toski on both sides. For wolves and werewolf creatures.
So imagine just curving out 2 mana wolf into this, drawing a card, and then like turn 3 play another wolf, flip all your wolves.
You know, you're right. That is probably better than the Pegmaster or the Huntmaster or whatever it's called.
And the wolf run ability on here is not a tap ability.
Mm. So you can do it multiple times
so
if you just have tons of mana. Yeah.
You could just spend red-green and just give all your dudes trample, basically.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, you can. You can do it for X to 0. That's a good point. I hadn't
Yeah,
thought of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, for each creature, just pay red-green and just give everything trample.
Wow.
But yeah, I think this could be if a werewolf deck is playable in standard,
This will be in it.
will be Yeah, this will be the main reason for it.
It's a human, but it doesn't trigger with humans.
No. What?
Yeah, no, never mind. Ignore me. I was just looking at that.
Well,
And it's also not a human on the backside, so.
no.
But it is 3
Well,
mana.
I think.
Instead of Coco.
Yeah? Coco Wolves?
Coco Wolves. That's a cool deck.
That could be cool, actually.
Yeah.
That could be a sweet deck.
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Probably wasn't important.
Nah, probably not.
But yeah, no, actually,
No,
good
I
point.
like
Good
this.
call on that card. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. I don't like red-green aggro anymore now that we've seen it so much in Standard.
Right.
It's been a prominent deck in the format for so many years now. So, especially with all the adventure cards and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
But now that those are all gone, I don't want to see more red-green.
But this is gonna be like such a different flavor, though. I feel like I won't mind it as much just because it'll be really different.
Yeah, that is true. It will be just like a whole new deck. They'll just be completely different strategies.
Yeah. This might as well be purple mana.
Okay.
But it's green, because green gets everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it could be really good with Coco, actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Do you reckon a historic deck comes out of this? Historic werewolves?
It could do.
That is a really powerful ability, just the static of drawing cards when you play a wolf
I
werewolf.
think Coco... Yeah, I think Coco would definitely have to be part of it if it was to be powerful enough for historic.
Guess we'll have to see how things shape out. Maybe brew some decks at some point.
Yeah.
If I pull enough of these, I'll brew it.
Yeah, it could be cool to see.
Yeah.
It could be quite explosive, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And just that card advantage. Ooh. So much card advantage. Why is green drawing so many cards recently? I don't get it.
It's blue, but it's new.
What? New blue?
Yeah. Green is the new blue.
Green is the new blue.
The name of our TV series that comes out next year.
Yeah. No, that's the Netflix arena, Netflix Magic show, right?
Yeah. If they actually called it Green is the new blue, they would piss off so many players.
Yeah, it would.
I'd like to see that.
Oh yeah, that was your list done.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. That's the end of things.
That was everything.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, I want to get to drafting.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty keen to draft as well, actually. I think I've got to go cook after this, but yeah, I'm pretty keen to get some drafts done.
Okay.
Anyways, to wrap it up, we forgot to do a round of Monkey See last time.
Oh no!
Yeah, we gotta get things kicked off.
Whose turn? Whose turn is it?
I can't remember. But
I think I guessed last.
You guessed last. Okay, so you're making me guess. Yeah, that's true. I think I remember that.
Yeah. That's a boring card. What?
Yeah,
right,
you can skip it. Yeah.
Yes, Inquisition Cosmic. I wonder
Ooh, what does that one do?
What?
Well, this sounds like a good one. Yeah?
Spitting Earth.
Spitting Earth.
Yes.
Not splitting.
Spitting Earth.
Earth.
No, spitting.
Ah. Alright, well, it has Earth in the name. So, I'm gonna guess it's red. Don't tell me. I'm gonna guess the whole template. So, it's red. It's 2 mana sorcery. And it deals a damage to each player. And they sacrifice a permanent. Or something.
You were on the right track.
Ooh, okay.
It is red. It costs 2.
Yeah.
And it is a sorcery.
Ooh, okay.
And it does do damage.
Oh, okay. I was pretty close. Not bad.
Yeah. It deals damage to a creature equal to the number of mountains you control.
Oh. Was that from a recent set?
It makes sense, right?
Rumbling Rockslide is what I'm thinking of. But no, that's different.
No, this is from 6th edition.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's actually Jumpstart.
Wait, what?
What? It wasn't Jumpstart.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. What?
Well, there we go. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I've played tons of Jumpstart. I haven't seen it at all yet.
It's the first Jumpstart.
Oh, not Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Right, true.
Yeah, not the Horizons one, no.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Crack the
Nah.
Earth. That's why I was like, it's definitely like a red thing.
Oh, yeah. Nah, you're close.
Yeah.
You're close.
Oh, well, thanks for that. All right. I guess thanks for coming along, listening to us blab on about the cards in the format, the new stuff coming out. Yeah, catch us next time, I suppose.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Sweet. Thanks for joining.
See you guys next time.
Bye.